New game. Nightmare. This time you guys can see it. Yeah. Let's do it right. 1923, October.
I'm tired of traveling, or fighting superstition in its many manifestations. Even though it was me who chose to debunk folklore and mysticism. Little did I know I'd end up being labelled as Patrick Galloway, the man with endless occult knowledge. Before I knew it, people all over the world paid me to investigate all kinds of weird things. As long as they paid me, I'd look into it. Funny thing though, the more I saw, the more I believe there are forces beyond our control. Creatures not explainable in any human terms. Things that make my skin crawl. I fled from Ireland and hung around Paris and London with no real purpose till the Great War started. I joined a special unit whose job it was to squelch the fears of the superstitious farm boys who made up the fighting ranks. The Tresanti were the biggest pains. Me commanding officer, Jeremiah Covenant, led our unit on the hunt for their camp. We were ambushed. They came streaming out of the woods, waving swords and howling like banshees. I saw their leader holding a strange stone over his head, yelling weird words in a strange tongue. And just when I was gonna pull the trigger, he glared right at me. A bright green flash came from his hand, and it bowled me over as my gun went off. I woke up in a hospital bed with severe burns. They told me Jeremiah and the unit had gone on without me, but he'd given me the shaman stone to keep. I hadn't given any of this much thought until I came back here to find this letter that Jeremiah wrote me almost 6 months ago, asking me to come back to Ireland and help him out. This is not something I'm dying to do, for it may mean the death of me. He saved my life though, so I owe it to him. Just hope it's not too late.
What an awesome intro. Audio is a bit loud. Let's go ahead and drop it down a little bit. Okay. Super loud. Okay, so we have a few journal entries here. Let's go ahead and go through them. Okay. So I guess we'll start on remembrance. Each time my past fades from my memory, fate has a terrible habit of reawakening me. Most often the unpleasant name of Otto Kiesinger is the vehicle of remembrance. But not today. My old friend and commanding officer in the Great War, Jeremiah Covenant, has sent word. It has been years since I have heard from him. His letter came whilst I was away, sitting unopened for nearly 6 months. My joy at reading his name was quickly replaced by sorrow, then by fear. Jeremiah has fallen ill and requires my assistance at his estate in Ireland. I have not set foot on Irish soil since poor Gwendolyn's death, and I did not think anything could make me return. Could I have been responsible for her death? Being legally exiled from my homeland was painful, but nothing in comparison to my memories. How did she end up on the floor? How could so much blood come without sound? How was that knife in my hand, and why was Kissinger suddenly nowhere to be found? But Jeremiah saved my life, and I cannot deny any request he would make. The necessity of my presence is somewhat vague, as his letter at times was incoherent. He speaks of his sickness as a family illness no medicine can cure. Regardless, I will go to my friend. I have booked passage on a steamliner leaving tomorrow, arriving in 4 days' time. I hope I am not recognized by the authorities. I hope I am not too late. The Gel-Zahar stone. Oh. The Gel-Zybar stone. I have carried this artifact ever since the day Jeremiah gave it to me, following battle with the Masani. It seems to throw out a shockwave of considerable force ever since I have acquired the stone, but I have noticed strange sightings and visual anomalies. However, the power of the stone has its dark side. On occasion, a beast from beyond this world has attacked me. My only explanation for its appearance is that I was using the stone's power for far too long. I have not seen the beast for a while. Of course, I have not needed the stone. Give me just a second. Let me turn off some of the stuff I don't need. Nope, need Steam Labs. Need that. And give me just one more second. Everything else is good to go. I apologize for the inconvenience. Alright. My trusty revolver, a 6-shot weapon forged of forged metal grace. Durable, yet lightweight, my military piece has seen many a country and spilled much blood over the years. Scry, a spell that allows me to see and hear past events from the geographic location in which I happen to be standing. It also casts an ethereal light on one's enemies and darker areas, giving me the ability to see my foes as well as find my way. I must be careful in its use, as it has no offensive power and seems to drain my energies for short durations. Learned men have stated that they believe that man has yet to unlock the full potential of the mind. While traveling to the Orient after the war, I met up with a local seer who told me that I was one of the chosen few, one of only a handful of individuals that had ever met that had this ability. He called it scrying. To be able to read portions of the past, most of the people who possessed this power, he said, over the course of their lives eventually fell into disability, mind tired from the barrage of images and sounds that he heard from both the past and the present, and the real and the unreal. I know that I have the ability to scry because of the subtle words that I hear calling within me at times, begging me to look deeper into the past, deeper at what actually isn't even in front of me. But I truly am wondering if this is the gift I have dreamed of, or a sick curse placed on me by an outside force. Give me just a second, guys.
He right there, though.
P.
Oh.
Did I spell that right? Did I say that right? Yeah. P.
It's a very subtle.
Yeah. The wife came in here to give me shit about subtle. It's subtle, guys. I can't read English.
I mean, I could narrate this for you if you need some assistance.
Well, you gonna be up all night?
Maybe. God. I'm gonna be laughing too hard to get to sleep for a while.
Get out of here.
I just really like hearing the subtle nuances.
Yeah, there's so many subtle nuances. Get out of here. Go to sleep. Love you.
I love you.
Yeah, good night. God. She's very subtle, guys. That storm is so loud. Let me just drop the audio just a little bit. Nope, nope, go to bed. Alright. So if we listen real closely. Ow, there's a rat attacking me. Rat? Get out of here, rats. Get out of here. Get out of here with your nonsense. There's so many rats. Gotcha. Oh, I missed that one. Got him. Got him. That was a great use of bullets, by the way. Look at this guy coming right for me. Got him. Alright, so... Oh. Are they just going to keep coming? Anyway. You can hear some whispering here.
You're Jeremiah's old war buddy, right? See?
Won't budge. I'm Patrick Galloway, a friend of Jeremiah's. Sorry it took me so long to get here. His letter said it was most urgent.
Jeremiah was beginning to think that the letter never arrived in your hands. He's been quite anxious to see you. We've all been quite worried. Jeremiah's now bedridden. Follow me and I'll show you to his living quarters.
Oops. Didn't realize it was muted.
Apologize
Sorry.
for the look of the house, but there's only a skeleton crew of servants now. Jeremiah let go of everyone else, and the house is much too large for us to clean. Because we've lost electricity to most parts of the house, we can only maintain the living quarters. This family's had so much tragedy. I hope you can help him.
Kind of took off without me there, didn't she? Alright, so we're in the next area. Make sure we're loaded up. What the? Did I just see a ghost? Ooh. Okay. Grab this health pack.
Stuck.
You go that way.
Patrick, you made it.
At your service, Jeremiah. Sorry for the delay, but I've been abroad. What happened to you?
It seems I've come under the watchful eye of the Reaper, my friend. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Apparently too long.
Patrick, I came back from the war only to find my entire estate in disarray. My brother Aaron disappeared first, and then my sister Bethany. My declining health is a result of an old war wound, and unfortunately, the symptoms are irreversible. I didn't summon you here to watch me die. I need your help.
Anything I can do. Just name it.
Strange events began happening around the manor. After thinning out my staff, they ransacked my estate, taking whatever they could carry. The rest of the help was quick to follow, as they feared rumors of my family's curse. I can't help but think it's more than a coincidence that strange happenings have increased since I've been back from the war. I want to get to the bottom of this, but I'm just too weak to investigate it myself. I'm relying on you to step in for me.
Of course, Jeremiah. The only reason I risk coming back here is to assist you however I can.
My thanks to you, Patrick.
What the hell is that?
Sounds like it came from downstairs.
I'll check it out. Lock the door behind me.
Ooh, 1 second. Let me take care of one thing real quick. We're gonna change the title. Alright. There we go. We're back in. I've arrived in time, apparently. Just in time. Completely bedridden, Jeremiah is a shadow of his old self, appearing many pounds and a few shades lighter. His explanation for calling me is still unclear. He speaks of strange happenings around the estate, problems that he is unable to rectify in his weakened state, and has requested that I investigate. I, of course, agreed. But before I could ponder whether or where to begin my exploration, the servant who showed me to Jeremiah's room screamed from downstairs. Often, where to begin is the most difficult step. So we heard the scream. Can I open any of these other doors?
Stuck.
No. So let's go take a look downstairs and see what we can find. This guy again. Let's follow him and see where he goes. Noises. Okay, that looks to be the way to go. Let's take a look around and see if there's anything
Won't budge.
around here that we can do. Try. Dark down here. Nothing down here. Can I open this door here?
Won't budge.
I cannot. Let's take a look in here and see what caused that scream. Okay, there is a door that just opened. He has a book.
Can you describe what you can only see? As the bonds of flesh are broken, the world becomes apparent.
Okay, well, he just up and disappeared, didn't he? Grab those bullets. We are full. The book he dropped just disappears. Okay, so we can't read the book. There's nothing else to do in here. Take a look. Go this way. We can. Is there anything in here? A health kit. Ooh, there's something in here too. Dude, you are creepy AF. Get out of here. I'm guessing we are going the right way. Look at giggling going on. Look at this. Oh no. Man. Double check and make sure nothing behind me. There's another one. That one was considerably easy to kill. That must be the lady who died. They came in through the roof. Look at the blood prints. Oh, oh my goodness. Oh, there's ricochets and stuff too. Crap. Things are fast. Get out of here with your nonsense. I like the little footprints. It's pretty cool. Yeah, they were ricocheting off the ground and hitting right there. It's pretty wild. Bullets. Is there anything in this area? Can I not get up here? I hear a noise. What is this? Oh. Headshot. Aim for the head, man. There's a noise I can hear, but I don't see anything nearby. It's like right in here. Is it up there? I don't see it up there. Gotta be a way to get up there. Don't see a way to get up there though. Oh, I found the up. Oh no. They're ricochets, man. All ass. Ow, oh my god, damage. No. Bad enemies. Bad enemies. Got it. Those brown ones are so tough compared to the other ones. As far as I can tell, these things don't drop loot. Still, I think it's from above. Need to go up. Before we go up, let's look around up here. See if there's any bullets hidden anywhere. If there's any health packs anywhere. We do have our stone. Okay, we have health and we have ammo. So F5? Saving it. Okay. F5 is quick save. That's good. We'll probably be doing a lot of that this run. Holy moly. Really tough to hit these guys. Okay, we got a journal entry. Just a door? Look at that. Awesome. Before we read this, let's read Joseph's note. I have just returned from the Standing Stones. Whatever inspired an ancient people to build these stones out on the windswept isle, I cannot guess. While I have seen sights like this before, something about the stones has resonance within me. Why would ancient people trouble themselves to build these monoliths on such an isolated island? It would have been far easier to establish a similar ritual area on the mainland itself. I find it curious, for as long as my family has owned this house, no one has taken upon themselves to truly research the land which we own. Considering that I had not returned to the manor since I was a child, I never realized the curious nature of my inheritance. Why does this area have such strange collection of archaeological artifacts? While I strongly doubt there is any connection between Neolithic stones, a decaying monastery, and the tower that the estate was built on and wraps itself around, the significance of three major archaeological sites cannot be denied. The tower is a local legend itself. Supposedly, during a great storm, the tower just appeared on this island, or on the site. Of course, no one can tell me when this happened. All I can tell is that it is a gutted shell of what it once was. I can't read. No doubt this is why it has been sealed off for so long. The monastery is now a crumbled ruin. It certainly is just a remnant of some reclusive order of monks. It seems that Ireland is dotted with these retreats. I have to travel out of the island someday. Perhaps I will take the children. Joseph. What is this? This strange crystalline stone seems to be a source of finite power. It may be used to increase the power and effectiveness of my spell casting. I must keep my eyes peeled and ears open for its pinkish hue and low hum. So whenever we hear those hums, those are amplifier stones? We're gonna hold that. Any of these other things like hidden rooms or anything? So when we hear the hum, we need to follow it. Up here? Invulnerable? Maybe not. Alright, so we drilled that guy. Before we go in this room, we're going to take a look around, make sure there's nothing else that we can do.
Won't budge.
Won't budge. We're going to hear that a lot, I'm guessing.
Stuck.
Stuck.
Those beasts were after me.
What in God's name were those things?
They're called howlers. And while I've never seen one before tonight, I've heard of them for years.
Those weren't natural, my friend. We're fighting more than superstitions here.
Perhaps I was being naive not to tell you, but there might be something more sinister at work here. When I was a boy, I encountered something I can't quite explain. You see, there was this isle of standing stones that sits just off the estate. Someone had carved a sigil into each of the stones, something indiscernible. Father had many books on the occult, one of which contained a sketch of that very symbol. I took my brothers and sisters out to the island and read from my father's book.
Well, what happened?
Something answered. The ocean began to boil, and a great wind whipped against us as we stood in the circle, and my siblings huddled to the ground in fear. Eventually, the wind died, and the sea settled. Patrick, I know it sounds like the ravings of a dying man, but I believe those standing stones had something to do with this. What has once been a taint upon this family has now begun to manifest itself.
But you told me you're dying. Doesn't this curse end with you?
Who knows? My brothers and sisters are dead, but I don't think they're really gone. I've heard some servants whispering. They think they've seen Lisbeth on the estate. My family has come for me. I sense them, Patrick. By now, you and I know the supernatural exists. You saw the Howlers. And what about our encounters with the Tersante during the war? You still even carry the Gelzebar stone with you.
It's a token of the shaman's life I took. That's all.
I found a scroll with a picture of the Gelzebar on it. I believe it contains the way to awaken the stone's dormant power.
Very well. Let me study this scroll overnight, and I'll see what I can do in the morning.
This house still hides many secrets. I'm counting on you to reveal them and put an end to this mess.
Okay, so that's crazy. What I'm going to do before we do this is I'm going to save it. I'm going to move my camera so that we can actually see more of what's going on the screen. About right here. Yeah, move my ugly head out the way. And we'll jump back in. I don't think I'm blocking anything on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did I break it? I broke it, chat. Whoops. I broke it. Good thing I saved it. Super low. All right. Load. Load that game. Are you sure? Okay. All right. Nothing happened. We're back right where we left off. What's this?